All right, let's talk about one of the biggest buzzwords on the planet, artificial intelligence. We're going to cut through all the hype and get right to what it actually means for business and, honestly, how it's already running in the background of our daily lives. So, let's dive in. You've been there, right? You finish binging a show, and just like that, boom, Netflix has the perfect next recommendation queued up. How do they do that? Is it some kind of mind reading? Well, not exactly. The answer is artificial intelligence. It's the secret sauce working behind the scenes of so many things we just take for granted. So here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to tackle the big idea. What AI even is. Then, we'll get to know its powerhouse engine, machine learning. After that, we'll see how AI basically has a crystal ball to predict the future, how we can put software robots to work for us, and finally, how we're giving AI a voice.
Okay, first up, let's get on the same page. When people throw around the term AI, what are we really talking about? At its very heart, AI is all about making machines smart. It's the science of building computer systems that can do things that, until now, we've thought only humans could do. Stuff like learning from experience, solving tricky problems, and making tough calls. And that whole human intelligence thing isn't just one single skill. It's a whole collection of abilities. AI is about teaching machines how to learn new stuff, how to use logic, how to see and hear the world through data, how to understand what we're saying, and then, based on all of that, how to make a decision.
So, why does this matter for business? Well, it all boils down to two things: speed and accuracy. An AI can tear through mountains of data in seconds, find tiny little patterns a human would never spot, and make decisions based on those facts, all in the blink of an eye. That right there is a massive competitive advantage.
So if AI is the big brain, what's the engine that's actually powering all that learning? Well, that brings us to our next big idea: machine learning. Machine learning, or ML for short, is a huge piece of the AI puzzle. And here's what makes it so different. Instead of a programmer writing thousands of lines of code for every possible situation, we train an ML model with data. It figures out the rules for itself, which is what makes it so incredibly powerful and adaptable.
And ML isn't a one-trick pony. There are a few different ways it learns. With supervised learning, you give it data that's already been labeled, like showing it past sales numbers to teach it how to predict future ones. With unsupervised learning, you just dump in a bunch of unlabeled data and it finds hidden patterns all on its own. It's perfect for things like finding different groups of customers you didn't even know existed. And then there's reinforcement learning, which is all about trial and error. It gets rewarded for good decisions and penalized for bad ones, kind of like a trading bot learning how to make the most money.
And believe me, this technology is already everywhere. Banks use it to decide if you're a good risk for a loan. Stores use it to figure out how much stuff to order. It's behind those ads that seem to follow you around the internet. Factories even use it to predict when a machine is about to break down. This is not science fiction, folks. It's happening right now.
Okay, so now we get how machines can learn from the past. But what about one of their most valuable tricks? Predicting the future. This is where we get into what I like to call AI's crystal ball.
Predictive analytics is exactly what it sounds like. It takes all that brain power from AI and machine learning, digs through all the data from the past, and makes some seriously smart guesses about what's going to happen next.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple to understand. Step 1, you hoover up all the data you can find. Step 2, you unleash the algorithms to find all the hidden connections and patterns in that data. And finally, Step 3, the system uses those patterns to make a prediction, forecasting anything from next quarter's sales to which customers are about to cancel their subscription. For a truly mind-blowing example of this, just think about Amazon. Their system is so good at predicting what you're going to buy that they physically move products to a warehouse closer to you before you've even bought them. That's how they pull off one-day shipping. It's predictive analytics on a crazy global scale.
Okay, so AI can think, and it can predict, but it can also do. And this is where we talk about putting robots to work, but maybe not the kind of robots you're thinking of.
Now, when we say robots, I don't want you picturing something out of a sci-fi movie. RPA is all about software bots. Think of them as little computer programs designed to do all the boring, repetitive, copy and paste tasks that eat up so much of our time at work.
And here's a super important distinction to make. RPA is a follower. It does exactly what you tell it to, step by step. AI, on the other hand, is a learner. It can adapt and change based on new information. So here's the simple way to remember it. RPA automates tasks, but AI automates decisions. So what are the perfect jobs for these software bots? Well, all the stuff that makes our eyes glaze over. We're talking mind-numbing data entry, processing stacks of invoices, handling basic customer questions, or crunching payroll. By letting the bots handle that, it frees up the actual humans to do the creative, strategic work that really matters.
All right, on to the final piece of our AI puzzle. We've seen how AI can think, predict, and do. Now let's look at how it learned to communicate with us. It's time to give AI a voice.
Natural language processing, or NLP, is basically the magic that lets computers understand human language. It's the technology that powers Siri, Google Assistant, and yeah, ChatGPT. It's the bridge between how we talk and how computers, well, compute.
And in the business world, NLP is an absolute game changer. It's what automatically sorts your emails and kicks out spam. It can read thousands of customer reviews and tell you if people are generally happy or angry. That's called sentiment analysis. It's behind translation tools and, of course, those chatbots that keep getting smarter and smarter.
And this creates a ton of real-world value. Just think about it. Instead of sitting on hold with an airline for an hour, you can now hop on their website and have a chatbot help you change your flight. It's way faster for you, and it saves the airline a fortune in customer service costs. It's a total win-win. So as you can see, AI isn't some concept from a distant future. It's here, right now. It's woven into how we shop, how we're entertained, and how businesses run. The real question we all have to face isn't if this technology is going to change our world, it's how we're going to use it.